Okay, good morning. Good morning, students. Good morning, dear parents. So, DPS Rajnagar Extension in collaboration with Mindler brings to you an orientation webinar. And today we are going to have a very exciting discussion about career guidance in general and how Mindler and the school together collaboratively have come up with a program for the students and their parents related to career guidance and how we can take it forward. Introducing Mindler, what it is, it's a career coaching and career guidance platform which was conceptualized and run by ISB, IIT, IIM, Harvard, and world preeminent psychometricians. So we've been equipping with students, counselors, schools on career planning and also using machine learning algorithms and in-depth analytics about understanding career domains in general. Learning algorithms. All right, and we have two speakers for today. We have Ms. Shilpa Singh with us and Mr. Dana, who would just be joining us shortly. So, Ms. Shilpa Singh is the head of student engagement at Mindler, having 25 years of experience in career guidance, life coaching, HR management, and teacher training. Shilpa brings a holistic purview of the entire education and skill building spectrum from schools to organizations. She has a strong foundation and holds a master's degree in psychology. Her expertise ranges from schools to business sectors, passionately delivering career workshops to thousands of students and professionals. And Mr. Dhanda, who's a renowned career coach and chief strategy officer, would also be joining us shortly. Over to you, Shilpa ma'am. So we have students online and offline. The whole hybrid model is there, and let's start with the discussion.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Soumya. Good morning, everybody. It's good to be here to talk to all of the students and to the parents, of course, and be able to see how is it that we can work with you as we're going forward. Just a quick request to all the people who are joining in. Ensure that you stay on mute. Otherwise, when we have multiple mics on, of course, there's a lot of echo that happens. So you'll just hear my voice many, many times over, which will be quite problematic and painful for everybody. So let's just keep it to one point in voice, and that makes it easier. Okay, so career guidance and career counseling. I think what has happened is over the last few years, a lot of people have said that they are able to career guide and career counsel and do all of that. And it's really great. And the only thing we need to be able to keep in mind, of course, is the simple fact that how are you getting your career information? Um, how are you getting data about careers, and how is it that you're utilizing that data correctly for yourself? Some of us get our data from different spaces. So I will ask, of course, I'll ask from a show of hands in the classroom for the students I can see. And also over here, the ones who are online, you can raise your hand if you like, and you can do that, raise your hand. And those who are in the classroom, the ones I can see, I want to be able to ask, how many of you get your career information from the internet? Raise your hand for me, Google or otherwise. Just raise your hand. I can see you in the classroom. So if you raise your hand, I'll be able to see it. For the most part, nobody's raising their hand. Nobody's getting information. Eh? Raise your hand if you get your information from the internet. No? Okay, nobody in the classroom. So online, lots of people getting their information online. All right. How many people are getting career information from parents? Parents or relatives? All right, good, superb. So we've got quite a few of that also. How many people getting career information from like seniors, people who've studied something already before, or a cousin or something else like that? Okay, we need to stick to one format and not keep moving things around, because I'll see myself hopping all over the screen, right? Okay, so we have multiple spaces from which, thank you, we've got multiple spaces from which we get our careers information. And all of the career information that you get, you need to be able to think very carefully and properly about that career information, all right? One aspect is when you're thinking about your career information, one element is, say for example, I want to be able to get my career information online. That's a really great resource, simply because of the fact that there is so much data online for me to be able to utilize. But what is the important thing that we need to be able to remember is simply this. When I go online and I put in a search for something specific where I say, okay, I want to become a dentist, or I want to become a rock star, or I want to become a tattoo artist or a musician, ideally, like when I hit search, Google or any other search engine you're using is going to give me lots and lots of data in like the next 3 seconds, right? So you'll get videos, you'll get articles, you'll get lots of data and information that will come up to you about careers, and it's a lot of data that comes in order for you to really make a proper decision, for you to be able to make a decision which is sound, which is balanced. You should ideally watch every single video and read every single article and watch every single TED talk or any other element of information that you have to be able to make a balanced decision. Practically, that's very time consuming. Secondly, you could say, okay, I'm going to do that. It doesn't matter. I will spend all my time doing this. No problem. You read through all these articles, you read all the information, and then you go through an article and realize that it was written 20 years ago. So all of your information now is outdated. It's not information and data that is recent. It's not an up to date process. When we're making career decisions, it's very important for us to have up to date, real information that is constantly being updated. And also the fact that when we are looking at things, we don't have to go through 50 million pieces of information to get to what we really need. All right. Now I want to talk to my parents and I want to get my information from my parents and all the parents who are online. I think it's one of the most scary things that parents are going through right now in order to be able to help students or help their children make the right career choices. The thing that's problematic in that, and the thing that why it is so scary, is simply because of this. The choices that were made 20 years ago are no longer the same choices that apply. Even with a particular subject combination or a particular stream, the kind of things that are available now on what I can study, what are the possible options I have of places of study, the type of places I can even go study is so many more than what was there 20, 25 years ago. So when I started my career 25 years ago, the options I had weren't that many, in the sense that, yeah, I did a couple of career stream choices. There were a few areas in which I could work, and that was about it. Now, over the last 10 years, things like working on drones, UI, UX operations, talking about Bitcoin and talking about, blockchain, talking about ethical hacking, all of these things were not even available as a thought process 25 years ago. So even in the last 10 years, we've seen such a massive change within certain industries, whether it is pharma, whether it is education, whether it is technology, whether it is medicine, you name it, there has been a massive amount of change. So to be able to make the old template fit into the new world is not possible. So it's important that you're looking at and finding out about what is applicable now. And in almost a certain way, you're getting ready for careers that don't even exist yet. So we're actually setting the foundation process of trying to figure out what is going to be happening 10 years, 15 years from now that I should be preparing for. And what are the things that I need to work on to be able to get to that space. Some of it will be subject related, other things will be skill related. What do you need to build in terms of skills within yourself to do that, to be ready for the working world? Whether today, whether in the next 2 years, or whether in the next 5 years or 6 years. It's a very rapidly evolving world. All right. Now, I want to go and talk to a senior. Somebody who's already studying a subject will be able to give me a lot of really great information. Yes. But the point is, it really depends on how they made that choice. What if they were told, कि, no, you have to study this. आपको तो यही पढ़ना है, आपके पास कोई और option नहीं है. Now I am somebody who's studying a subject which I don't really like, because somebody told me to study it. तो जब आप मुझसे पूछने आओगे, अच्छा आप ये पढ़ रहे हो, is it good? I'll be able to give you what information. I'll say यार बहुत खराब है, यार मत करना है, this is जिंदगी बर्बाद हो जाएगी, ये मत पढ़ना, right? And so as a result, you get a very biased opinion. Or maybe you talk to somebody who totally loves a subject. Oh, it's the most amazing thing on the planet. It's the most amazing thing. You'll have such a great time. It's going to be great. But what they're not telling you is the stuff that they may not like as much or that may not be so cool about it. So my first question point to you guys is, somebody will need to mute, please. My first thing to you guys would be, first and foremost, even if you are asking somebody who is already in a particular job or who is a senior who is studying something, always ask them, what do you love about it? And definitely ask them, what do you not like about this? What do you hate about this subject? Okay. And that's going to be very important for you to be able to ask as well. So both that balance of being able to get that balanced view, very important aspect. Okay, so those are aspects there. Now, I want to be able to make a career choice, ideally in something that allows me to be able to play to my strengths, to be able to do something that I enjoy, to be able to do something in which I will perform well. I'll get good marks, I'll get good grades. I want to be able to do something like that. All right. So, how do I go about making that choice? Okay. Now, I want to be able to ask some of the students online can maybe unmute themselves and let me know, or even the ones who are in the hall, if you want to be able to share, you are feel to be able to do that. Anybody recently bought a pair of shoes? Anybody bought shoes recently? Not school shoes only, some other
Yes,
purpose.
yes,
Anybody
ma'am.
bought shoes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay. What did you? Great. So Jayvardhan and Riva both bought shoes recently. So what did you guys look for in the shoes? Please tell me. What do you look for when you're buying shoes?
ma'am, I was looking for my football shoes, so uh, I took who had the best grip.
Okay, great. So you were looking for actually football cleats. So very specific purpose of shoe. Great, super. And you're looking at that they should be durable and things like that. Super, great. Anybody else? What are you looking for? Anyone else? Tell me. What are you looking for? Yeah.
Comfort.
Comfort. It should be comfortable when I'm walking. I can't be walking around going, oh, my feet, ouch, that hurts. Oh my God, that's painful. Yeah, it looks stylish, but it's really painful to wear. Okay, great. Anyone else? Sajal or Jayvardhan, share. What else? What else do you look for?
And ma'am, that matches my dresses.
Sorry?
And ma'am, the shoes matches my dresses.
Oh, so it should match like the whole thing. So I need to be able to be stylish also. It has to look nice. I should be able to be stylish. It should
And
look nice
quality
also.
for
The say that again.
Ma'am, there is also durability of the shoes.
Durability, it has to last a while. I can't be like I wore the shoe and then I was running and my sole of the shoe is over there. I am over there after 2 days. That is going to be a problem. Durability, quality. I'm looking at the fact that it should be stylish, it should match what I like. I'm looking at the fact that it has a purpose. Maybe it's a shoe that has a purpose. Maybe it's a shoe that actually can match with lots of different things. Maybe I want a shoe that's going to be able to go with a lot of different outfits. That could be something as well. Brilliant. So we've got a lot of different options. Now, why we're talking about career workshop, why am I talking about shoes? Careers is a lot like being able to buy shoes. I've got somebody who's on unmuted. Please, can you mute? Thank you. So we've have trying out and looking at careers is a lot like trying out shoes. It has to fit right. Okay, it and has to fit right for you. Yes, I can borrow my friend's shoes, but maybe they don't fit me right. They look really good, but maybe they don't fit me right. It has to solve the purpose I need them to solve. And it has to be durable. It has to be something that lasts. It has to be something that's comfortable for me, right? It has to make sense for me. It also has to be something that is serving the purposes where I need in terms of, is it the right budget, is it the right brand, have I got all that information in? That's what it is, and we need to be able to have those options there, right? So when we're looking at careers, it's similar to that. We want to be able to have something that makes sense for us, that makes sense, and it fits our budgets in terms of how much I want to pay for an education, or where do I want to go study, what is the purpose, what will I be doing with this, is it going to be something that will last a while, is it something that's going to be durable? So we want to be able to look at careers from that same perspective. The point that you need to remember is it has to make sense for you specifically. It can't be the career your friend chose, because that's great but it's good for them. So when it comes to those students who are in the younger classes, please make sure your stream choices are being made according to what you want. Not that all my friends are taking this, so we will all be in the same section. I will also take this stream. It has to make sense for you. It has to be a career choice that makes sense for you. And the process of choosing that has to be scientific. It can't be based on my uncle said, or my brother told me, or on the internet I found some information. It has to be a scientific process. So that's where we come in with Mindler and how we want to be able to help you. Let's walk you through what it is that we'll be doing with you. So Soumya, if it's possible, if you could just kind of share the presentation, please. I think you can unpin my video, whoever has pinned it, so it'll be easier. Alrighty, great. Okay, so Soumya gave you a brief introduction about Mindler. Let me just take you through and talk about it a little bit more. So Mindler is an edtech company, and we decided and we wanted to be able to make the process of career choices scientific. We wanted to be able to take the confusion, the pain, the irritation, the whole uncertainty out of career choices, and be able to form a process that ended up being a little bit more calmer, a little bit more sorted, a little bit more scientific, where we could actively work with parents, students, and schools to be able to help make this process easier for everybody. It has always been a process that's been very difficult. It's always been a process that can be very stressful. What we want to be able to do is remove the stress from it. Okay, so let's talk about that a little bit. Let's move forward and let's talk about that. So when we're looking at how is it that we went about doing that, our aim is to be able to build the ability to build perfect career and to be able to help you choose that perfect career, give you the right kind of data and information. So we put in a lot of research. We put in a lot of time and effort. We put in a lot of research. We worked with the right kind of psychologists, psychometrics. We talked to people in industry. We did a real-time mapping of careers. What we did is we came up with a tool that helps us be able to understand things better. And we made sure that the process that we're working on is constantly looking forward. What are the newer careers, newer spaces? What are the new things that are happening? What are the changes that are taking place? And constantly be able to provide data and information on that and be able to work on that. And what we wanted to be able to do is say, this is all great. I can create all of this and put it somewhere, but I need to be able to customize it to a particular individual. So what makes sense for me or what could be important to me may not be the same thing for you. So therefore, it is important for us to make that difference. I don't want to just be an aggregator of data. That's easy to do, right? So let's move forward and see how is it that we can move forward and what we'll help you with. So we did a lot of research, spent a lot of time. We've been globally recognized in the research that we've been doing, and we're published as well for how we've come up with our assessment and how it helps people make the right choices. All right, so let's talk about the specific things that we will be working with you on, so you're able to understand yourselves better and we are able to help you make the right career choices. Okay, so let's go ahead and move forward from this slide so we're able to see. When you start working with us, first and foremost, you get access to the Mindler platform. Now, here you will be given a login ID and a password that is unique to you. You will utilize that to be able to log into the Mindler platform. I would recommend that you wait for your login ID and password. You're more than welcome to go to the website and have a look, but please do not try and attempt to log into anything or use any other email ID apart from the email ID that we will give you. With different classes and different groups of students, we work on being able to help make career processes easier. So let's talk about what are we going to be doing with all of you. Once you get in your login ID password, you get access to the Mindler platform. And what we do is we go forward from here. When you are doing the Mindler platform, you first and foremost will do an assessment. So it will take you to a career assessment portal. Here, you will first do your Mindler career assessment. Remember, when you're logging in, this dashboard that's been created is unique to you. These are all the information and tools you will have access to for yourself. All right. So this is unique to you. Your dashboard is yours alone. Your login ID and password are yours alone. You do your assessment. Now, what does this assessment try and do? Our process in this assessment is to be able to help you understand yourself better. And the more you are able to understand yourself, the easier it becomes for you to be able to make choices. So let's talk about what we're going to be doing in the assessment. First and foremost, you do the assessment, you fill a little bit of information in your profile, and then we tell you what you have access to. Your assessment will measure you, depending on the class that you're in, on either 4 or 5 parameters. All right. I'm going to cover all 5 so you understand all of them right now, and then we work with you on this. The first and foremost parameter you get measured on is something called orientation style. The interesting thing about orientation style is it's telling you how you like to be able to do work, or which are the ways in which you are best suited to do work. Why is this important? Today, it's important for you to understand this no matter what class you're in, because it helps you choose the right extracurricular and co-curricular activities, picking the ones that you're going to succeed in, because you know better now how is it that you like to be able to do work, what are the areas you want to put yourself in. So immediately you're able to get a better access, you do better in your extracurricular, co-curricular. Overall, your resume and your application process for colleges looks better automatically. All right. The second area that you get measured on and that we do an assessment for you on is interest. Now, interest is primarily based on career buckets that we're working on, and how is it that you are going to be looking at different careers. And it gives you different industries that you could be interested in. Move on to the next slide, please, Soumya. So we look at interest, and interest will allow you to be able to understand that. When you're looking at that interest bucket, you're getting an idea about different industries. I would always recommend that the ones you have a high interest in, that's really great, but always be able to look at the ones in which you have a medium interest also, because that ends up becoming an amazing backup plan. And we all need backup plans. Okay. The third area is a really interesting area to get measured on. And that third area is personality. You get to be able to understand yourself better. You get to be able to understand different aspects of yourself better, and therefore are better able to understand why, how you're doing certain things, and what it can mean when it comes to certain aspects of what your career choices can be made. Is there a possibility for me to be able to change any of these aspects? 100%. None of these things are set in stone. You can actually work on being able to make changes where you need to as well. So you get to be able to understand how you view different things, how you're able to handle different things. So your personality gives you an insight into yourself. The fourth area that you get measured on, very, very important for class 9 and 10 students, is your aptitude. Not that it's not important for 11th and 12th, but extremely important for 9th and 10th is the aptitude, right? Somebody's unmuted. If you could mute, please. Thank you. So when you're looking at the aptitude section, aptitude allows you to be able to understand what you're good at and what you're strong at in terms of. Whoa. Somebody's unmuted. Please, could you mute? Thank you. I think the iPhone login is unmuted. Thanks. Soumya, can we go to the aptitude slide, please? It is a combination of aptitudes that allows us to study different subjects. So when we're looking at aptitude, it's a really great way for you to be able to understand what your strengths are, what you need to be able to work on, and what you can do better in when it comes to your aptitudes. The aptitude section will help you make a much better and stronger stream choice. It will be the one that you need to be able to look at when it comes to how you're doing well and what you're doing in different subjects. And you get a deeper understanding of what it is that your subject choices are over there. Right. So here we are looking at the aptitude section that will help you understand as well. The last section that you will be covered on is the emotional quotient. Now, emotional quotient is to be able to get a deeper understanding of you again. How do you handle conflict? How do you handle working with people? How do you handle being able to manage and handle your own emotions? Why does this matter? Why does it matter in a career situation or in a career scenario? Why does it matter how I handle these things? Because today you're in school, tomorrow you're going to be in the workplace. The deeper your understanding of yourself is, the better it's going to be. And this is sometimes in the workplace, EQ ends up becoming far more important than just your marks. So please keep that in mind, that you're building this skill set is really directly connected to how well you might be able to do in the workplace in the long run. All right. Once you're done with your assessment and you've completed your assessment, you fill in some information about yourself in your profile section. And then you have access to a detailed 36-page, 37-page report that you can download. All right. And at the end of your assessment, after everything, in a summary format, you will get your 5 best career matches. Okay, these are the ones that make the most sense for you based on the entire aptitude test. When will you get it? Immediately. As soon as your assessment is over, you will get this. Okay. Now, all the elements of the assessment, you can pause the assessment at any time. We know it is a long assessment, but you need to pause your assessment at any time, except in one section, which is the aptitude. The aptitude section is a timed section. Please make sure you do that when you're fresh and you're rested, and you do not pause that section at all. There is a timer running. That is the only part of the aptitude test that is timed. Everything else is, you can pause, you can take a break and come back to it, no problem. All right. But yes, we know it takes time. But in order for us to be able to really understand all of you, we needed you to invest this. This is an investment into your future, into a deeper understanding of yourself. And once you are deeply invested and understand your future and you're able to plan better, you're only going to be successful. That's the only thing that comes out as an outcome. So planning now is the best bet you can do. We look at your 5 best career matches. You're looking at the 5 best career matches, and what do you do with that information? I've got my 5 best career matches. Let's move forward. We've got our comprehensive career report, which not only has all the information about the different sections, but also has an analysis, and it is also giving you a developmental plan. Now I've got the career matches. What do? I need to be able to find out more. Now, remember, we talked about going online and being able to look on Google. I don't need you to do that. I need you to go only and only to the career discovery and planning tools on the Mindler website. You will have access to a detailed, exhaustive career library, which will give you lots of information about careers and their subsections. You will be able to have information which will be detailed in terms of what are the particular career about, what are the pros and cons of this career, what are the route of study that you need to be able to take. So let's move forward to the next slide and you'll be able to understand a little better. Say, for example, somebody's interested in design. Within design, they get to find out about all the subdomains within design. Now they find out, they say, okay, this looks more and more interesting. I want to stay connected to design. Superb. Move to the next slide, where they now have access to an exhaustive sheet that tells them what is this career about in the summary, the professional opportunities, what is the career path, what is the requirement in terms of stream or subject or your exams, what are the leading institutes that teach this area, what are the institutes not only in India but outside of India, the entrance exams required, what does a day in the life of this person look like, what are the pros and cons like I mentioned earlier, and you have all of this in one place, ready, updated on a regular basis, researched by people who know what they're talking about when it comes to careers. So you have the most updated information at all times. You don't need to go to multiple places. You don't need to go to somewhere else to find out a college list. You don't need to go somewhere else to look at what are the entrance exams required for this. What is this career about? Everything in one spot for you. All right, let's move forward to the next slide. You'd also be able to look at information related to careers in the blogs that are constantly being written and updated. Blogs are written by career coaches, they're researched. So they give you interesting tips. There'll be things from how to crack a particular, look at how to do exams better, to trending careers beyond PCM, beyond engineering in PCM, where you're looking at other options that you can look at. What are some of the things that you need to keep in mind when you're making a subject choice? Lots of different interesting topics that you can look at in the blogs as well. Blogs are also written by the career coaches. A lot of data and information that you have available there, apart from the career library that you have access to. So everything is in one spot now. I don't need to go to multiple spaces to get my information. All right, let's move forward to the next slide. You'll also have access to the video logs. The video logs are really great. They're like little short videos that you can watch on different topics, from top 5 specializations in computer science, to how to be able to improve the quantitative aptitude that you have in an assessment that you want to do. What are the alternate careers in medicine that you can look at? So lots and lots of different interesting videos are done by career coaches for students, with the process of answering very specific queries that have kept coming our way. So we try to be able to make video logs that are actually answering the questions that we get from students, so that a lot of people may have the same questions. So we answer those questions for you. So that's another area that you can look at, and we give you information on that. All right, moving forward. You'll also be able to look at roadmap, where you can put in 3 options of careers that you might want to look at and explore in the long run. And with the roadmap, you have access to being able to look at a list of colleges. So for this student, they chose design, like we said. Now they have an access to the entire list of design colleges all across India. They can shortlist based on state, based on city, based on fees, based on type of course, type of college. Everything can be shortlisted. You can shortlist the colleges that you're looking at. It is creating this in a customized dashboard for you. Based on that, you will be able to then also be able to track what are the entrance exams for different areas, how those different entrance exams come into picture, when are the forms being released, and we'll show you that in a minute. Let's move to the next slide. I can go ahead and do this for so for law, all the entrances, this person's backup plan was a law degree, all the entrances that are there, what are the timelines, when are the papers going to release, when are the sheets going to come out, when is the form going to come out, everything sorted. You don't need to worry about that. You don't need to think about it. You don't need to keep track of it. You will get all that information. You will get information as an alert on your email, on your phone, and you can actually create an exam calendar so that when the forms you're interested in start coming out, you are able to get an alert, you're able to go back and be able to fill the forms in at the right time. So this is something that you'd be able to do as well. You'd also be able to, let's move forward. You'd be able to, yeah, go ahead. We can go from here. It'll also be allowing you to be able, like I said, real-time updates. Have the forms dates been announced? Dates still are pending. The form has still come out yet or not come out yet? What is the scene for those exams? It's a real-time process that you are going to have access to. So nothing that you need to worry about and keep track of. So the whole process and the stress of managing that, we've taken that away from you. You don't need to worry. As long as you're plugging in the right information and you're putting in what you're interested in, it's doing it for you. You're getting that information. So you have a tool available to you that's actually going to simplify the career process and the application process a great deal for you. All right. Moving forward. Even if there is an exam that you're interested in, it will give you a summary of what that exam's like, what it's been, what are the different sections, what are the colleges that take that exam, what is your eligibility for that exam, and it will give you basic information on what that exam structure looks like. So you're also getting updates from that perspective as well. Not only are you able to do this for India, but you're also able to do a college list for outside of India in case you're interested. You can pick a location, be able to pick that same art and design as your area that you're interested in, and it will give you a list of colleges outside of India also. Again, you can shortlist by country, and you will be able to go ahead and get a list, and then you can start looking at those and exploring those. What are the options there? And in case you want to study abroad, that's another area that you have available to you. List of colleges available at a click of a button. So that makes life easier that way as well. Let's move forward. We can like I said, you can pick the UK, you can pick a different country, you're shortlisting, and you can go ahead and start adding a list that's there for both India as well as outside. One of the most challenging things that sometimes happens with students is that whole process of figuring out what are some of the scholarships available to me, what are some of the things that I can do to be able to get a scholarship. So we've also created a space which is about scholarships. You can look at this and be able to look at scholarships across different areas: writing based, technology based, skill set based, maybe it's based on merit, and you'll be able to explore lots of different scholarships that may be open. Some that are going to be, it will give you a status of some that are open all the time, some that are open for a limited amount of time, and how you can apply to those, and be able to look at those. Let's move to the next slide, please. Right. So you'd be able to look at all the different scholarships that are available to you as well. So now you have access to that information. Again, no need to worry about where are the scholarships, how do I find out about scholarships, everything being built for you in the system so that you are able to have all that information in one shot, right? So what we'll be doing is, what are we going to be working with you on? We are going to be working with you on the assessment. You will do your assessment. We will be talking about and working with students on specific webinars that we will be doing with you. We'll be doing a deep dive into career awareness, both STEM and non-STEM careers. We'll, of course, be talking about profile and aptitude building, and we will be talking about how you can improve your CV for better applications. We'll help you understand the whole college selection and how do you plan for entrance exams and the college selection process. We will be doing college planning both India and outside of India. We will talk to you about education abroad, and there will be a proper full workshop that will be conducted for you about that. And we are also going to be talking to you about a really exciting space. Some of you may already be aware of it, which would be liberal arts education. right? And that's what we will be working with you on when we're doing this. So assessment and lots of webinars. We'll be spending time with you, getting to know you, answering all the questions you have about careers. You have access to career coaches at all times through our Mindler, Mindler email ID, and on the platform. You can reach out to us at any time. You can ask the same question 50 times, no problem. We will answer the question for you. If there's any doubt, confusion, anything, we are there to be able to help you. So we're going to be working with you over, the next few months, and hopefully be working with you for a long time to help you make the right career choice and make the right choice when it comes to career, and be able to make it so that it makes sense for you, and that the stress level taken out of it, and that you're not having to worry about, when am I doing the right thing, am I picking the right career. The minute you're able to make this investment in yourself, or being able to spend that time investment and doing that exam, not even an exam, it's an assessment, and doing the assessment properly and seriously, you are making life so much simpler for yourself. So yeah, that's what we are going to be working with you on, and I hope to be able to interact with all of you and get your thought processes. You're going to be looking at having the assessment. You have the report. Please make sure you fill in some information on your profile to download the report. It's a very detailed, extensive report. Go over it carefully, be able to go through it, talk about it with your parents, with your counselor. That's going to help you a lot also. You will be able to do domain-wise career exploration, of course. You have access to the career library, to the blogs. You will be able to look at the exam library base. You'll have scholarship access. And of course, we will be somebody is unmuted. Thank you. You have access to all of this data, right? And this is what we'll be working with you on. Soumya, have I missed anything? Is there something you'd like to be able to add?
Right. So students and their parents, just want to add that with our collaboration, the idea is throughout the coming months, for all the grades, we are going to have lots and lots of interactive sessions. So first step is we'll be giving you your unique ID and password for the Mindler portal, where each student will have their own assessment, right? It can be stream assessment. Right. It can be stream assessment for younger students, and for our higher grades 10 to 12, we have the career assessment. Once you do the assessment, students, you will have access to your whole report, and together collaboratively through webinars, through workshops, we're going to help you understand your report, and then coming further, as we discussed, your career domains, overseas education, Indian entrance exam details, liberal arts. So lots and lots of webinars are going to be there where we are going to interact with you like we're doing today. Coming forward in all the months, we are going to interact with you. You're going to meet lots and lots of coaches, and everything from scholarship to your exam update, to your roadmap tools, everything is there with you on your dashboard. So you can use it anytime. You can see your assessment anytime, and feel free to reach out to us for any questions and queries. So we have an email ID, and you can simply write to us, and we'll be more than happy to help you in any problem, anywhere career related that you are facing. I would just keep it open. I think Principal ma'am is also here, Swati ma'am is here, plus any parents, any students, any questions that you have regarding the career guidance program, we'll be more than happy to take it up.
Ma'am, what is your email ID?
Right. So for email ID, students, I'll just write it. It's hello@mindler.com. I'll also write in the chat for all of you to access the email ID. All right. Any more questions, students, parents, anything else? Swati ma'am, Pallavi, principal ma'am, anything that you would want to add here?
Hello. Hi, ma'am. This is Asta's father. So I'm just wanted to understand that since Asta is interested more towards science and want to go for space research and all of that. That's very early assessment, but that's what she wants to do. So it's so I think the science stream, and she needs to go with JEE in future. before doing anything. So just wanted to understand that sometimes people go from 9th till 12th, they go for preparation, right? And sometimes people go out of the town as well for doing coaching and all of that. So how does that work with DPS? Of course, I would invite ma'am to answer that as well. That if she wants to go out, not maybe from 9th, but maybe from 11th, we would like her to go to some institute, premier institute, to go for coaching and all of that. So how does that go in conjunction with the school education? Does she need to leave the school and do the coaching there, or how does that go along with that?
So, Mr. Jaiswal, first and foremost, I'll jump in first, and then, of course, ma'am, I would definitely invite you to be able to also answer. Based on what class the student is in, I think the assessment is a really great tool to be able to help understand whether the strengths actually lie in that area and what needs to be done to be able to improve it. Two, in order for us to get into space research specifically, if that is an interest area at the moment, I am very important for us to be able to understand that interests can vary and change over time to allow a student to learn those interests and be able to explore a few more options before making a decision. That's the other section that I want to cover. Thirdly, being able to do space exploration research or anything related to space may not necessarily require an engineering degree. So the JEE situation may not necessarily even be a requirement, depending on what the student wants to eventually do, which is why it's important to spend some time finding out more. And personally, in my opinion, I am somebody who feels that, and this is purely my personal opinion, I think the value of being in school is very huge. Being able to learn and learn other skills that are required that come from being in school is very important. Please understand that yes, you're maybe looking at cracking an exam now, but in the long run, Astha is going to be working with people and interacting with them and doing that. So it's not just about cracking an exam right now. It's a long-term planning that you're doing. And being in school full time actually affords a lot more in terms of learning about how to build skills that are required in the workplace. But even if we want to go towards space research specifically and what she wants to do, plenty of different routes from getting there. JEE may not be the only requirement or the only option that you need to do. There are plenty of other ways, which is why it's important to spend a little time finding out more in terms of being able to do that, and also to see what do the strength areas lie in that space also. And so making a decision, I'm very wary of making a decision without an assessment there. Yes, of course, the interest is important. But being able to give that chance of being able to find out more is very important as well. But plenty of routes to be able to get to space without JEE as well. So just keep that in mind. Ma'am, your answer to questions that Mr. Jaiswal may have on terms of what the school is thinking, that will be your domain.
Right. I think there's some technical issue, but Mr. Nanda is also here. And so I think Mr. Parikshit Nanda is also here. So I think we can just quickly discuss it. But so adding on to that, we'll also have workshops related to STEM careers. So suppose she's interested in space research, then that is also something that we would discuss in terms of our STEM career choices and domains and how we can plan further our career in it. So might be an interesting option to look at. Right.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
I think Parikshit may need to be made into a presenter. There's some issue, it's not letting him. But this is a meeting mode, PD. You should be able to switch on your camera.
My camera's on, everything.
Yeah. You're here. We can see you. We can hear you. Yes.
I can't. My video is.
Stop the presentation. Your video is on, Parikshit. We can see you.
Can someone just remove the presentation, please?
Yeah. There you are.
Thank you so much. Soumya, I'm ready to take a few questions along with Shilpa, please.
Absolutely, absolutely. Dear parents and students, feel free to ask more questions. And in order to enroll for the program, I was getting chat questions. Please reach out to Swati ma'am. And this program is in collaboration with the school and Mindler. So anyone will be more than happy. Anyone who's interested in enrolling can reach out to Swati ma'am, and we can take this forward. Yes, yes. Shivansh, please ask your questions. Go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon, teachers and officers. I have a question.
You'll have to be a little more loud, please.
Yes, I have a question. I'm actually very interested in space science, and I've been interested in this field for 8 years, and I want to pursue a more detailed and higher education in it from MIT, which is the best university in the world. I want to pursue education from there in astronautical engineering. So for getting into that college, we need to crack SAT and CT exams. So I want to know how can I start preparing for that.
Okay. Okay. This is Shivansh, right?
Yes,
Shivansh, you're in which grade right now?
sir, 8th.
You're in 8th, right? So which means, my dear student, you will be taking a very important call when you think about higher education. And higher education, your applications will be grade 12, right? Now, if I were to ask you, Shivansh, to be ready to go to the best institutions, you want to go to the best institutions in the world. Right now, the important part is not SAT or ACT or APs for you. Okay? What is important? Tell me, what are 3 things very important for you right now? Think. All the tests that you've talked about, you'll be taking it in grade 11 or 12. So what is important for you right now as an 8th grader? Think about it quickly.
My final exams.
No, not at all. What else is important?
My school.
Scores is okay. You must be doing very well, right? In your school?
Yes.
Yeah. So that goes without saying. Continue the same pace in 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th, right? Grades is not a problem because you seem to be, if I heard you correctly, you said you're interested in space, right?
Yes.
And you've also continued that interest for many years, right?
Yes, sir.
So that means you are somebody who's interested, passionate, dedicated. You're quite diligent and disciplined about it. So that takes care. And my thing is, what else do you need to do for next 3 years? Important. 3 activities or 4 activities that you need to do. Can you think about any one?
Yes, sir. So I want to improve my maths and physics and chemistry.
Absolutely, very good. So not only maths and physics, Shivansh, from an entrance exam perspective or just a bookish knowledge, no, not at all. Can you showcase why is it that your interest is there in space? Number one. What kind of internships can you do? What research experience have you got in the next 3 years? What models have you worked on? Like, for example, Shivansh, I am typing in the chat box. Okay. If I were you, my dear, these are few institutions that I've typed in the chat box. TFIR, Triple IIT, IISc Bangalore, IIT, and of course, this institute. Yeah, my request is, and I'm sharing this with you. This is my direct email ID. I would request you to write to me. Sorry, what have I done? It is this, yeah, TIFR. Okay, my request to you would be send your interest, whatever you've done so far, whether it's readings, whether it's series that you watch, whether it's books, science fiction that you read, send it to me and I will help you with number one, how should you be building your domain called science, knowledge, exploration, research, internships, papers. That's what you need to build for next 3 years. Okay. Or maybe if you get a chance to go to NASA for some time, I'll tell you which programs to look at. If you do this, your SAT or ACT or your your APs, advanced placement, we will take those decisions in grade 11 or maybe grade 12. And it will also depend upon what kind of institutions you're looking at. But your grades you can improve. But what I'm talking about, your next 3 years are very critical to showcase to a university that you are extraordinarily gifted. Are we clear, Shivansh?
Yes, sir.
All right. Any other questions, Soumya?
Right, students and dear parents, any other questions that you would want to ask?
My dear colleague, Shilpa would have definitely shared this with you. When you talk about grade 9, 8, 10, what are 3 things very critical? 8, 9, 10. Any student who can tell me, you've heard us, you've heard Shilpa for quite some time. What are 3 things very critical in the age group 8, 9, 10? Anyone? Any parent who's understood or a student, please?
Sir, focus.
Very important. Is Paki, Miss Paki, are you a mother?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Because student may not have conveyed that answer. Ye mom ka answer hai, bhai, focus, please focus.
Correct, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, Miss Paki. What else? Along with focus, what else? Focus will be important at all stages of their life, right? Even if they go to college and they go to a working space. What are 3 things very critical? I'll just repeat for this.
Responsibilities.
Very good. That's all that's important, right? But important part, another important thing is 8th, 9th, 10th class. Ek to apna academics, which is fundamentals. Next is personality. Now people take personality in a very different way. Personality ka matlab kya hai? Your hobbies, your interests, your passion. Now whether that's music or it's art or it's sports or it's dance or it's instruments or it is martial arts. For somebody it is cooking, for somebody it can be coding, programming, entrepreneurship. There are 1,000 things that you can do. Now ye kya karti hain? This hones your skills. This makes you a better communicator. This makes you understand yourself better. This also gives you a grip on your talents, natural talents that you're blessed with. And if you don't have a natural talent, you can hone, you can cultivate. It's called acquired taste. For example, I like Indian cuisine. I haven't tried Japanese. So I will try, and over the years, it's called acquired taste, right? So therefore, that's second area. Third area, dear parents and students, is aptitude development, which is whether it is grammar, language, communication, reading comprehension, mathematical skills, numerical, whether it's Vedic mathematics, alternate styles, everything, because these years will never come back. Now students will say, "Arey, to mom dad batate rehte hain, ye years nahi aane, har years nahi aane," because these are foundational years. So that's what I was telling Shivansh. Jo ab karenge, 11th and 12th is about colleges, is about entrance exams, is about crack kaise karna hai, eligibility, selection criteria. How do we make it? 8th, 9th, 10th are fundamental years of foundation. And dear students, if the foundation is weak, building zyada der tak nahi rahega. That's the point I'm trying to make. Okay. So foundation is very important, and that's where the role of career guidance comes in. Okay, great. Any question? Any other question? Any question from a parent or a student? I believe, Soumya, the students are sitting in the school.
Right. Students are sitting in the auditorium. Few have joined in here as well.
All right, great. Have the parents understood the program completely? Okay, very good. Shilpa, my senior colleague and a great friend, she would have explained the entire program to you and also the importance. However, before we go, if you have any question that you would like to ask Shilpa, we still have 6-7 minutes. Please feel free to ask her or me, and we'll be happy to answer. My God, young students, I swear, if you were taking this session and if I was sitting as a student, you have no idea. I would have asked hundreds of questions by now. मुझे तो मौका मिलना चाहिए कि coaches आए हैं. I will come up with so many questions, right? Because curiosity is very important. Any parent who wants to know international, Indian, when to prepare, what to do, anything. Okay, if there are no more questions, Soumya, can we quickly?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, please go ahead.
I'm a student and I wanted to ask that I'm not clear about which field I should take. So how can I get advice?
Very good, very good. Is that Pragnya? Pragnya, is that you?
Yes, sir.
आप कौन सी क्लास में हैं Pragnya?
8th.
8. Okay. Now, you know, Pragnya, when you are this young, number one, as I talked about, as Shilpa ma'am would have talked about, first thing is, one side is your academics. Okay, that's your study. Next is, what else do you do other than study? You know, all your natural talents, hobbies, interests, and so on. Now it is, next is, you must be studying something called social studies or social science, mathematics, English, Hindi, whatever, right? Now, you must start to think, what are these subjects? Why are they taught to us? Have this conversation with your teachers, with your parents, with your tuition teachers. Discover more. Get to know a little bit more. You will go to 9th class, then start thinking about which subjects you like, which subjects you score a lot. There are few subjects that come naturally to you, few subjects where you struggle. Next, those subjects will open what kind of doors? Next, think about which subjects you have a natural affinity, which subjects you have to really rote learn. To padna padta hai. Like, just to give you an example, there will be the same maths teacher teaching 30-40 of you. कुछ स्टूडेंट्स को वो मैथ्स की प्रॉब्लम जैसे ही बोला दे अंडरस्टैंड, कुछ बोलेंगे सर थोड़ा सा क्लियर करो, सर ने समझाया एंड देन यू अंडरस्टैंड. तब कुछ लोग तब भी ऐसे बैठे होंगे, ये बताओ ये स्टेप के बाद नेक्स्ट स्टेप कैसे आया. So few of them have natural talent and aptitude vis-a-vis that subject. You must figure that. Next, so therefore what are we talking? जो शिल्पा मैम ने बताया आपको, the assessment. So how do we choose our subjects? We like them, we get it. We don't like them, leave them. We get good marks, keep them. We don't get good marks, leave them. Is that the only criteria? No. Look at your aptitude, personality, career orientation, affinity. Okay, there are so many things, and that's why that career assessment will help you boil it down, keep it down to or confine into 5 best fit career matches. Next question, Pragna, the next question will be, ये subject combinations college में जाके, how will they work for you? What kind of undergraduate programs they'll open for you? Then you will say, really, Parikshit, does this require so much of thinking? Absolutely. Imagine how you choose anything in life. Career guidance is a very important aspect of your life, but हम इसको सबसे lightly लेते हैं. We give more importance to our maths and science, whereas without knowing, like just to give you a simple example, maybe you've asked this question to Shilpa ma'am. Tell me something, it's my favorite question. आपके पास प्रज्ञा, आई एम आस्किंग यू, आपके पास फिजिक्स, केमिस्ट्री, बायो 3 सब्जेक्ट्स हो. आई एम रिपीटिंग, फिजिक्स, केमिस्ट्री, बायो. टेल मी हाउ मेनी undergraduate degree programs you can think of, or to any other student quickly. Physics, chemistry, bio, how many programs can you think about, careers that you can think about? Soumya, did we ask them this question?
No, but I think it's a good time. Students,
yeah.
just unmute and answer a number. How many careers?
Very good. Avni says medical. So Avni says maybe sabse pehle medical, MBBS. Okay, what else? Quickly, what else? Very good.
Space science.
Space science. Okay, scientist. Acha, chalo, theek hai. Kar liya. Okay, done. Second, third.
Sir, nanotechnology.
Nanotechnology. Very good. 3.
Biomedical.
Biochemistry. No IS. No IS. IS में commerce और humanity से भी जा सकता हूँ. Chemistry, biology and physics के साथ.
Engineering.
No engineering. My subjects are physics, chemistry, bio. Which form of engineering? Which form of engineering? PCM. No math. No math.
Chemical engineering.
Chemical without maths. कौन सी institutes allow करेंगे? Think. Stay with me. BTech in what? I don't have math. I am saying I don't have math. I have only physics, chemistry, and bio. Think. Right? So veterinary, BDS. Okay. So अभी हम सोचो सब मिलकर 5-6 करियर भी बताना मुश्किल हो रहा है. Allied medicine, 18 kinds of allied medicine, clinical psychology, hospital management, environment, fitness, sports injury, sports nutrition, criminology, forensic science, clinical psychology, biochemistry, biotechnology, nano, genome research, genetics, biomedical engineering. What else? Horticulture, fisheries, agriculture. There are 150 plus careers available in India with physics, chemistry and bio. और हमारे स्टूडेंट्स को 4 या 5 या 6 पता होंगे. Yes, absolutely. So therefore, what I'm trying to say is, to Pragnya, your question, aista, our awareness needs to increase. And that's why this program your school is bringing in. So that we give you exposure. You get to know much more. Why? If you get to know much more, Pragnya, how will it help you? How will it help you? Anyone? If we have good knowledge, how will it help you?
It will help us to make better choices.
Thank you. You have made it. You made my day. It will help you make better choices. That's it. And why are your parents spending so much of money on you, getting you the best education, so that all you young ones can make better choices? Finish. That's why your school is also going out of the way to do this, to support you. That's why we are here. I hope that clarifies. To make better informed choices. Parents and students, I hope that clarifies, right? I know we are beyond our scheduled time. If there is no question, Soumya, then I think Shilpa and I can say thank you to the school, the management, principal ma'am, and other teachers, counselors, parents, and students. Thank you for being with us. And we are more than committed to support you. And let me tell you, it is, there is my favorite line. It takes a village to nurture a child. Love that. Here, your school, your principal ma'am, management, teachers, counselors, ek hi endeavor hai to give you the best. And from our side, to best support you. And your parents can get you to great schools, can give you the money to support you. But dear students, wo jo basic work hai, that only you can. We are facilitators, but ultimately we wish you all the best. Have a great festival. I think Principal Ma'am is there.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Parikshit. And thank you, Ms. Shilpa also. Soumya was also there. I was, of course, in the auditorium with my children of classes 9 to 12. We saw through the entire show, but towards the end, probably we really couldn't because it was not very audible. I don't know, maybe some technical problem, but we will share the recorded version of this with all our children. And we have discussed the entire feature of your Mindler with our students offline here from 9 to 12. And I'm so thankful to all the parents, those who have joined online, and the children. I was hearing all of you. And I was very glad to see that you were interacting with Shilpa ma'am and as well as Parikshit sir. Great children, that was really good. And thank you so much, sir, for giving your time. And I'm sure we get a good response from our children because we are doing it for them. And I hope they have understood that. And in due course of time, we'll definitely get back to you. Thank you so much.
Sure.
Yes.
Shilpa and I always love coming to your webinars because of the sincerity that the school is showing in taking and adopting this. Thank you so much. Shilpa,
Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Shilpa ma'am. Yeah.
Take care, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you